Bushnell, industry leaders in high-performance sports optics. Federal premium ammunition, every shot counts. Savage Arms and Stephen Shotguns, the definition of accuracy. Gold Tip, the toughest arrows you will ever shoot. Damn straight. King's Camo, wherever you hunt, King's has you covered. Westside Stores, your outdoor sports authority. And these other fine sponsors. Argentina is located in the southern portion of South America, and the Bushnell's Trigger Effect team is being hosted by Caichue Pure Hunting. Caichue is the Rancul Indian name for the area, meaning cleansing waters, presently known as the La Pampa province. The La Pampa province offers a large diversity of beautiful landscapes, including plains, lakes, woodlands, and sand dunes. The wildlife habitat provides the ultimate experience for hunting red deer, black buck, water buffalo, and wild boar. However, the coastal area, or Buenos Aires province, hosts amazing hunting for axis deer, birds, and wild boar. Kent and Dean are staying at functioning cattle ranches that were built in the early part of the last century. The ranches are maintained almost intact, and it shows the remains of Argentina's history. The ranches, with their humble architectural style, are derived from the country's pioneering past, consisting of mud and straw finishes, echoing the beauty and simplicity of the great outdoors. Everyone made us feel right at home and stressed that they wanted a space in our hearts and to be part of our adventure, for us to share with our friends, family, and viewers.
Hi folks, thanks again for joining us here at Bushnell's Trigger Effect. This week, Dean and I are still down in Argentina hunting with Caichue Pure Hunting. Now, in this episode, I get to go after a trophy I've been after for quite some time, and that is a water buffalo.
That's right, but before we head after those big bad boys, we're going to be heading out on a red stag hunt that has a little bit of a twist at the end. We had a chance to help out with what they call a select hunt down here, which in North America is a collar management hunt for red stag to help increase the genetic pool and make it much stronger. So let's get out into the field for some great hunting action for water buffalo and red stag.
Well, it's early morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning. We just finished having breakfast, and we're waiting for Gustav, our guide, to swing by our little hacienda here and pick us up.
Yeah, and it's amazing, these little haciendas. They're all made of, what was it they call it, a cob, which is a mixture of vegetation and mud, but very comfortable.
Yeah, it's really, really quiet. I can't hear Dean snoring in the other room, so I got a really good sleep last night. So.
Okay, so we were just driving out, and Gustav looked up the road, and we had a couple hinds jump over a fence, and there's a young bull, but he's thinking there might be a bigger bull with him, so we're just going to walk up ahead and listen and see if we can have a stag. So Gus, what's going on your side? It's too thick. There's lots more stags over there, but too thick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go this way, which is a little more open. We can hear some stags in here. Hopefully there's a big one. So we're just walking through, and we came into a clearing. About 100 yards from us is a hind and a small spike bull. But Gustav thinks that there might be a bigger bull near because we have a lot of bulls, a lot of competition going on. I don't think this hind's going to be tempted by a spike, so we're just going to stay patient and keep an eye out on this hind. So we hear a bull over here, a stag, and we've got a really good wind. The wind's going this way. In all honesty, we have stags all around us, but this one here is the best one to play for the wind. So we're just going to take our time, keep working over there, hopefully get a shot at this guy.
Stay tuned for more hunting action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect after this commercial break.
They've got the eyes of an apex predator and a body that could tie a crowbar in a knot. They're razor sharp and built for blunt force. Precision optics that can chew up and spit out anything Mother Nature can dish out. The new Legend binoculars by Bushnell. Available in 3 series, all featuring patented Rain Guard HD. They're bright and clear and built for conditions that are anything but. Only by Bushnell.
Pheasants are fast, tough birds, so we combined our most proven technologies to create Prairie Storm. 30% flight stopper pellets, 70% premium shot, and the flight control wad with its exclusive rear braking design. Combined, the load puts more than 75% of its pellets in a 30-inch circle at 40 yards for dense, deadly patterns. Because the only thing better than hearing a cackle is making it stop. Prairie Storm from Federal Premium Ammunition.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Hunting Consultants Plus, more than just a booking agency. Now, let's return to the action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
I can't stress it enough. It is amazing. We're sitting here. We have Red Stag roaring all around us. Kent was just looking over there. There's a group of black buck. Like, such a game-rich environment. It's a real privilege to be able to hunting in something like this. Us Canadian boys aren't used to this humidity. Yeah, we've been following a really deep sounding roar. So we've left the burn and we're in a totally different area. A lot more green up. We don't have very much visibility. Okay. Yeah, that was awesome. Incredible. So we worked our way all the way through the burn and then through some heavier stuff. We got to the edge of the field and Gustav said, you know, there's a stag, take that one. So it was a really nice shot. I placed it just in behind and we've got a stag down here in Argentina. Excellent. Well, that was really exciting. So that's what you would call a management stag, then?
Yes, it's a young and management stag. we need to kill them, you know?
Yeah, because you try keeping the herd really good. So what we're going to do now is we have someone that's going to come and grab that, but we do know that there's a bigger stag in behind, so we're going to work towards it.
It sounds bigger.
Yeah, sounds bigger.
Yeah.
It sounds bigger. So we're going to get heading and see if we can get a really big Argentina stag.
Well, another great morning here in Argentina. This morning I get to go after water buffalo. We're just going to go out and test the rifle first to make sure, because these are big, tough animals. We want to make sure we're hitting them right. So we'll be heading out pretty soon here to look for big buffs. Well, I feel a lot better now that I've taken a few shots with the gun. It's dialed right in, so we're going to head out right now and go see if we can't find some of these water buffalo.
Bushnell's Trigger Effect will return shortly after this commercial break.
No matter the target, every shot counts. No matter the shot, every impact takes a toll. That's why every gold-tip arrow starts with smart carbon technology for unmatched toughness and straightness retention, so they stay true shot after shot. From the range to the hunt, and every challenge in between. Gold Tip. Start tough, stay true.
Don't let fouling and buildup kill your gun. Keep a medic on staff. Gun Medic cuts through the most extreme fouling to breathe new life into your shooting session. It's like 911 for guns. Gun Medic, new from Hoppies.
For more information on Bushnell's Trigger Effect, visit our website or Facebook. Now, back to the action.
Well, there's some really unusual animals here. We've seen armadillo and silver fox. I mean, that's pretty common, but those animals there are called a mata. I really can't describe what they are. They've got no tail. They got really cool markings. They almost look like they're kind of a rabbit or something, but there's a few of them running around. We've seen them pretty much every day when we've been here. It's really neat to see these different animals for sure. Well, there's lots of fresh buffalo sign right here. 6 to our guide says we're going to park the truck here and walk from here. We're going to go check out some lowlands and see if we can't get on some buffalo. These buffalo in this burnt forest are really hard to see. We got a good look at it. It's a female and she has a baby with her, so we're just gonna keep looking. Yeah. We can hear the buffalo just ahead of us, just grunting and calling a little bit. That's definitely fresh. These buffalo are just ahead of us.
because for such a big animal in this cover, it's amazing how they can move through it so quietly. We just heard them grunting a little bit just a minute ago, but we're going to keep tracking them. Sixto said that both of those are too small of males for us to go for, so we're going to keep moving over here and see if we can't find us a bigger bull.
Lethbridge College proudly presents Conservation Connection.
Welcome to this week's Conservation Connection. When thinking of wildlife, sometimes we can't understand how there's a relationship with that and fisheries, and vice versa. To speak a little more on this topic, I'm joined by John Dirksen, who's the fisheries instructor here at Lethbridge College. John, maybe you can help us expand that category.
Sure. Thanks, Dean. Early in my career, I got to thinking about salmon runs and why certain species of salmon would migrate hundreds of kilometers and then end up just dying. They reproduce and die. And yet other salmon species like Atlantic salmon don't do that. So I just thought it was a waste. But with knowing more about it and learning more about it in the end, we got to thinking that these salmon, the parents that actually lay the eggs, they die. By dying in the stream, they're actually fertilizing the stream, which actually increases the productivity of that stream. And when the time for those eggs to hatch, there's actually, the streams are more fertile and there's more food for the young. So by dying, the parents are actually providing for the young. But wildlife are very important to providing nutrients to the stream. So thousands or hundreds of thousands of millions of salmon coming upstream, the bear, the wolves, everything else that comes to the wildlife that feeds on that source are defecating in and around the stream and providing that nutrient source as well, which aids in the next generation of salmon. So that interaction isn't as direct as you might think, but it's there and it's important.
No, definitely. And I think the one thing we can take away from this is that nature does everything for a reason.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that information, John. And let's get back to some more hunting action at Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Well, that was pretty interesting. We were going through the old burn. The buffalo are in there feeding on the new grass. We're now entering into the forest that hasn't been burnt, and now just getting to the edge of a swampy area where there's lots of water. So we just saw a buffalo on the far side of the swamp. I think we're going to move into position and get a better look at it. So this is pretty exciting. He's a lot heavier. He's got real hooks to him, so try and move up a lot closer.
More Bushnell's Trigger Effect after these important messages.
Knowing what to plant and when to plant can be confusing. That's why we made the Takeout Seed and Feed system.
It starts with proven high-traction varieties of quality seed.
Blended for thick growth with minimum equipment and time, so you can grow great hunts. We put the work in so you won't have to.
Get simple year-round tips on our entire Takeout Seed and Feed system at primos.com/takeout.
It's about time. Introducing the A17 from Savage Arms, the first rimfire autoloader specifically designed for high-performance Magnum cartridges. Like the 17 HMR, Savage didn't attempt to modify an old design to fire a modern cartridge. They created a completely new rifle with multiple patents pending to offer the performance, safety, and reliability you expect from a Savage. It's time to get yours.
Welcome back to Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Man, I tell you what, these buffalo are tough as nails. He's a big bull, big mature bull, nice and heavy, got deep hooks. Man, oh man, this buffalo hunting in Argentina is pretty amazing. I'm gonna reload my clip. They're still pretty dangerous even though he's down. I wanna make sure that he doesn't get up. Those other younger bulls are still watching us, so we gotta be careful. Well, those young bulls are still just fairly close to the bull I just downed. He seemed to be the boss bull of the herd. He was pushing them around. They still don't want to leave, but our wind hasn't caught these young bulls yet. Even the small ones are dangerous. You got to be careful with these guys. Those are not deer. That is kind of nerve-wracking when those younger bulls want to stick around. Thank you so much. He looks like a heavy old bull. I got to go get hands on this guy. Well, first of all, I have to thank Caichue Pure Hunting here in Argentina. They were the greatest of hosts. The hunt has been absolutely spectacular. There's game everywhere. The landscape, the ecosystems are stunning. The guides are first rate, meals are fantastic, and you get to harvest trophies like this big old mature water buffalo. I mean, they're just such a big, majestic, tough animal. I was shooting 180 grain Federal Premium Nosler partitions. 4 shots it took to anchor this big guy. Defiant to the end. The Savage and Bushnell performed flawlessly for me, and I couldn't be happier. If you haven't hunted Argentina, you need to come down and experience this. It's a trip of a lifetime, truly is.
Well, Kent, I know we were targeting water buffalo on this episode, but however, we did have the opportunity the one morning when we were out actually hunting bigger red stag, where we came across what they call a select stag. And so everybody knows in North America, it's what we refer to as a management or a call stag. They do a fantastic job here managing their herds. We came out, Gustavo took a look at it and said, you know what, Dino, we don't want that one in there. And it was a real honor for me as a hunter to participate and as a biologist to do some conservation and management.
That's for sure, and that was a great hunt too. So, but also, while we were down there, we found some water buffalo, and that was one of my target species to go after here at Caichue Pure Hunting. And later on, our guide, Sixto, got us right in close personal with these big buffalo. I mean, they're gigantic beasts. They're tough as nails. They're dangerous. And so it was a little bit nerve-wracking and pretty exciting, but we made some good shots and got everything taken care of. And boy, I tell you, I was pretty happy.
No, and I mean, I know it was a very emotional moment for you. I hope the camera work caught that emotion. But make sure you join us next week for another exciting episode of Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Canadian Wild Turkey Federation is a proud conservation partner of Bushnell's Trigger Effect. Taxidermy services for Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Caichue Pure Hunting. Now,
free spring.
Argentina with Caichue Pure Hunting. And also,
besides hunting, we're also doing something else?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good. Deep breath.
Yeah, we're good.
Aluminum linoleum.
Just a second, let me stop and start again.
This has been a Thunder Boys production.